Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Learn Math with me. Before watching this video, please make sure that you have watched part 1 to part 2 video on nth term examples of AP. So here is the 7th example and let me read the question. A sum of rupees 1000 is invested at 8% simple interest per year. Calculate the interest at the end of each year. Do this interest form an AP? If so, find the interest at the end of 30 years making use of this fact. So the question is something like this. A sum of rupees 1000 is invested at 8% simple interest per year. That means rupees 1000 is invested at 8% interest rate. Calculate the interest at the end of each year. So we have to calculate the interest at the end of first year, second year, third year and so on. Do these interest form an AP? We have to check whether these interest form an AP or not. If so, find the interest at the end of 30 years making use of this fact. That means if they form an AP, we have to find the interest at the end of 30 years making use of all the given hints. Okay. So coming to the solution, here P principal amount P equals to 1000, rate equals to 8%. Formula for simple interest is P into R into T divided by 100. As I told you, we have to calculate the interest at the end of each year. So the interest at the end of first year is P is 1000 into R is 8. T means 1 year. So 1 divided by 100. So this 0 gets cancelled, this one and remaining is 10 into 8 into 1, right? 10 8s are 80 into 1, 81s are 80. So the interest at the end of first year is rupees 80. Okay. Then the interest at the end of second year is P is 1000 into R is 80. At the end of second year means T is 2, right? So into 2 divided by 100. These two zeros gets cancelled. Then 10 into 8 into 2. 10 8s are 80 into 2. 8 2s are 82s are 160. So rupees 160. Then the interest at the end of third year is P is 1000 into R is 8. At the T, here T is 3, right? T is 3 in divided by 100. These two zeros gets cancelled. 10 into 8 into 3. 80 into 3. 83 is a 240. So rupees 240. Similarly, we can obtain the interest at the end of 4th, 5th and so on years and so on. So the interest in rupees at the end of first, second, third and so on years respectively is first year is 80, second year is 160, third year is 240, so on. As I told you, we have to check whether these terms form an AP or not. For the terms to form AP, the difference between two consecutive numbers should be same, right? So this is A1, A2, A3 and so on. A2 minus A1. A2 is 160 minus A1 is 80. 160 minus 80 is 80. Next A3 minus A2. A3 is 240 minus A2 is 160. 240 minus 160 is 80 and so on. As you can see, the difference between two consecutive numbers is same. So the given terms form an AP. Here common difference D is 80, right? And A first term is 80. As I told you, if they form an AP, we have to find the interest at the end of 30 years, right? We already know the formula for AN, right? AN equals to A plus N minus 1 into D. Here N is 30, so N equals to 30. A30 is 80 plus N is 30, right? 30 minus 1 into D is 80. 80 plus 30 minus 1 is 29 into 80 plus 80 as it is plus 29 into 80 is 2320. Add these two terms, you will get 2400. So the interest at the end of 30 years will be rupees 2400. Hope you understood this example. Let's move on to the next example. Example 8. In a flower bed, there are 23 rose plants in the first row, 21 in the second, 19 in the third, and so on. There are 5 roses in the last row. How many rows are there in the flower bed? The question is something like this. There are 23 rose plants in the first row, 21 in the second, 19 in the third, and 5 roses in the last row. First, we have to arrange these terms and find whether these terms form an AP or not. If they form an AP, we have to use the formula for AN. Then we have to find the value for N. Okay. So, coming to the solution, the number of rose plants in the first, second, third rows are 23, 21, 19, so on, 5. This is A1, A2, A3, and this is nth term. Nth term is 5. Okay. As I told you, for the terms to form AP, the difference between two consecutive numbers should be same. Okay. So A2 minus A1, A2 is 21 minus A1 is 23, 21 minus 23 is minus 2. Next A3 minus A2, A3 is 19 minus A2 is 21, 19 minus 21 is minus 2. As you can see, the difference between two consecutive numbers is same, right? So the given terms form an AP. Okay. As I told you, if they form an AP, we have to find the value for N. We already know the nth term value. So we have to use the formula for AN. Okay. AN equals to A plus N minus 1 into D. Okay. Here AN is 5, right? First term is 23. Now N minus 1 into D. Common difference is minus 2. Okay. Shift this to left hand side. Shift 23 to left hand side. Plus 5 minus 23 equals to N minus 1 into minus 2. 5 minus 23 is minus 18 equals to N minus 1 into minus 2. Shift minus 2 to the denominator of left hand side. See, I'll show you. Minus 18 divided by minus 2. Minus minus gets cancelled. 2 ones are 2 nines are. 9 equals to N minus 1. Shift minus 1 to left hand side, minus 1 becomes plus 1, 9 plus 1, okay, equals to N. 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 equals to N, N is 10. So there are 10 rows in the flower bed, okay. Hope you understood this example. In the upcoming video, we will discuss about exercise 1.2. Thanks for